Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going through this with you, which is the Dream Box Deluxe from Sophia Grace Bowcraft Supplies. They've sent this to me in the post to see what I can make with them, so I thought I'd share it with you. We have, I'll show you in here in a second, some leatherette sheets. Don't know if you can see what that is made of. So canvas backed leatherette sheets. This one is a nice green leafy pattern, and then we have this floral one. We have some cute little bugs and ladybirds. This one is caterpillars and butterflies. It's very cute. This one is some little bumblebees. Some snails and dragonflies, little creatures. And this one has them all on it. And then we have some white chunky glitter. And then in this bag, there are some embroidery items. Now, I love embroidery items. So let's show you what we were sent today. So we have some fluff, some fuzzy tom. It's sort of like feather boa. It has left its mark. We have these felties, little half daisies with the points on them. I've not used those before, so we'll see how we go. We have this caterpillar, which is a head and a tail. Some daisies. This is sort of a lace embroidered wings. The body of a bumblebee. And this gorgeous glittery butterfly, which is huge, size of my hand, and we're going to use this as a bow holder. So firstly, we need to decide what we're going to be making. So from what I gather, these ones go together. It makes a fuzzy tom. Now what we do is we're going to cut these out around the felties, and then this one, you melt it in water and it leaves the fine lace detail. And this goes behind the bumblebee. And then this bit is his fuzzy tom. So we just stick that onto his tummy, his molting a little bit. We'll play around with that when we're ready to do so. So firstly, what I'm going to do is cut around all of these felties. And there's the first one. I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of these out and then come back to you. So I've cut out all the felties. They look really great. This one is really good quality. It's really thick and looks really, really pretty and shiny. That's going to look lovely as a bow holder. So we need some ribbon for this one. And this little bumblebee is going to be a fuzzy tom. I think we're going to do that one first, or we're going to melt the wings first anyway. We have the little caterpillar, daisies, and the little sparkly daisies. So I have here some warm water, and what we're supposed to do with this lace is put it in the water and all the mesh around it melts away. So we're going to give that a go now. Wow. I really like this stuff. That is a really pretty lace pair of wings. So delicately stitched, but now has no background to it, which is beautiful. So I'm going to tidy this up and then we're going to come back. What I've decided I'm going to do is this little caterpillar guy first. Now, I've never used a felty like this before that comes in two parts. We've got a head and the little back end of his body. What I'm guessing is the head will pop out of the top of one of the loops and the tail will pop out of the bottom. Now what I'm going to look at doing is using these leatherette sheets, and I have my clear Rosy Lubo template. I'm going to use this leafy pattern because caterpillars love to eat leaves. I'm going to use that for the bottom, so I'm just going to draw around the bottom template. And these templates are good because they're clear, and when you've got a pattern like this, I like to check the placement is good. And then I think I'm going to go with glitter for the middle. For the top, we're going to go with this because it has the cute little caterpillar on there. Now, it does have butterflies as well, so we're going to try and utilise the caterpillar. Now, the bit that goes into the middle of the bow loop is here, sort of on this half of the template. So we need to do a placement, find where the best placement so as not to waste a lot of this with a caterpillar in that section. And if we can, a caterpillar on both sides would be great. So I believe it's going to have to be there like that. And just make sure it's straight. So just roughly cut them out first. It's really nice to cut this fabric actually. The only problem I find with leatherette fabric is it's sticking with hot glue. We may have to use some Gorilla Glue gel to keep it stuck together because I find the leatherette doesn't stick very well with hot glue. But we'll give it a try. I don't usually use this leatherette fabric. I do like how it prints and how it cuts, but the sticking is the issue. So if you're new to bow making and cutting by hand, I do have a tutorial of how to cut properly. I know it might seem strange sort of saying how to cut properly because obviously everyone knows how to cut with scissors, but there is a way to do it so that you don't have any of that pen mark remaining on your bow, because the last thing you want to see is a bow that has pen marks on the outside edges of it, and you need a nice smooth cut. So if you're interested on how to get a nice smooth cut on a hand cut bow, have a look through my beginners playlist for how to cut templates using scissors, because I do cut all my bows by hand. So I just need a strip that's about 1 centimetre wide. for the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to glue these pieces together first. So that's the middle done. And then we're going to glue the top together. Now gluing these together is fine because the canvas on canvas glues fine. It's when we're going to glue the leather on top of the glitter. I do have a trick which I will try and do. So there, look, when we've made this bow loop now, with the way that we cut it, you can predominantly see the caterpillars. So if I stick this to this leather, it possibly will fall off. There's a few things I do to try and stop it. So one thing you can do is I get the leather, I pinch it, and then I cut a little slit and try and just do it. If you can see what I'm doing there, just cut it on the top layer of the leather. Now, I don't think I went in deep enough. Oh, yeah, I did. Just so you can see the canvas underneath. You don't want to cut through the canvas. You see I've got the little slits in it there. Now the glue, if I was to just use hot glue, will then grab onto the canvas and it'll give it a little bit more grip. Now I could also do that with this one when I'm going to stick it on top, but we'll try and stick this one on first. So put glue above those notches and stick that one on there, and we make sure it's straight. Already this is looking really pretty with these colour combinations and perfect for spring. And I'm sure Sophia Grace Bow Supplies does lots of different themes of these boxes. So like I say, for this one to stick on top, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just try and pinch this as best as I can. You can do this before you stick it together if you need to, and just make sure there is a canvas bit for it to grab hold of. So I've got some little notches cut into it there, and then I'm just gonna pop some glue on there. Stick that one on top. Now that should give it a bit of extra grip, and if you're not wanting to do that and you're finding that it's just peeling off, just use some Gorilla Glue gel, but you may have to clamp it together while the glue sets. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to get a clip. This is a 65mm alligator clip, and we'll just put some glue all the way along there. Then we turn the bow over and we stick it on. That bow in itself is absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love these fabric combinations. It's so pretty, perfect for spring. But we are going to add the caterpillar. So I'm just going to neaten up this. These templates do come with a centre piece, but I find it a bit fiddly drawing around it, so I just cut a piece out. So that's going to wrap around the middle. We'll do that quickly now. This also helps to hold the bow together. So we put some glue under the clip and we stick that bit in, and then we wrap it round. And then what I do is I cut it in line with the clip, like that. And then we put some glue on there, Not a lot, because you don't want it to seep through. And then you stick it, undo the clip and stick it under. And then that holds the whole thing together too. And that to me, it feels quite secure actually, like it's not gonna come apart. So that's good. Now, like I say, I've not used these before, so I'm not sure how it goes. I'm thinking we could do it on whatever layer we want to, but that just goes in there and sticks on. So you see the end of it. And then this goes in here. So we've got a little sleepy caterpillar sticking out, just like the thing there, but I think this needs to be upwards a little bit. Like this. So you just find which position you want it in best. I could even do it under this layer if you wanted to, make him extra large. But wherever you stick him, you need to make sure this bit isn't sticking out. Now I think that'd look best. Let me know what you think in the comments. Or my other option is here, but we lose part of his arm. I don't know, that could be pretty good. I think he's a bit high up there. If we put him lower, we lose the eye. So I think there's quite good. So I think I'm going to do that. So what I need to do is pop some glue on it. I'm going to glue both sides because one side's going to hold onto the glitter and one side's going to hold onto that leather. And like I say, sometimes the leather doesn't stick. So I'm just going to use both sides. So we literally just stick it on like that. So if that top part does come away from the leather, it's still stuck underneath onto the glitter. That looks really cute. And then also here, just so we know where the placement is, I'm gonna turn it over. I think I might have to cut the end of this embroidery off. And don't forget, there's no rules with bow making. People can give you ideas, but at the end of the day, there's no rules and you can make them how you want to. So I'm going to have them like that. So again, it's going to be stuck to the leather. So I'm going to do one side with glue on the leather. And just to make sure it doesn't come unstuck, I'm going to then put a little bit just on this side here so it sticks to the glitter too. And that'll just give it extra security. And I'll just pop that on there. And then as you can see where I cut it, if you can just see in there, it's in line with that bow loop. And then we have the first one. And that is really, really pretty. So now using this same pack, I am going to make something using the daisies. And we are going to go for that nice floral fabric with the little daisies on. We're going to also use the white as we did in this one. I'm going to go ahead and draw around it all and cut it out, and I'll be back in a second. So here we have the finished basic bow part with the glitter and the dainty patterns, and we centralised the daisies on this one. Really, really pretty pattern this, very delicate. And we are going to use these felties. Now, I haven't used anything like these before with the pointy parts. So what I believe we have to do, I was sent a picture, is they sort of slip in like that. And I think it's such a cute idea. It looks so pretty. So we're going to do that. So what we do is it goes into this bow loop. So we're going to put some glue on this triangle and we're going to stick it to the inside of the white glitter middle bow loop. So it's not going to be stuck down, it's going to be stuck onto the loop. So we're only going to put glue on this front triangle. We don't need loads, just a thin layer. And then we line up where this is. We just line it up and stick it in. So as you can see, haven't stuck it down at the back. I've literally stuck it to the bow loop, and that is how it looks. And we're going to do the same thing here on this side. So just a small amount of hot glue in a triangle like that, and we're going to stick it to that bow loop. Like that. And look how pretty and unusual and different. I've not seen a lot of bows like this on the market recently. How gorgeous that is for the spring and into summer. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's 2 bows that we've made using the fabrics and the felties. I'm just going to go and check if the lace ribbon is dry. And then we'll come back and see if we can make this one, because this one is going to be super cute. So it is dry, and this didn't take long to dry at all. I haven't made a fuzzy tum before, so I'm a little bit new to it. I'm just going to get a clip, hair clip. This one I'm going to use a 45mm alligator clip. And what I believe we do with this is we take the, I think this is like a marabou feather boa. Pull off all the loose bits because they are going to annoy you. Okay. So from what I can see, we kind of join the, because it's got a piece of string that goes through the marabou feather boa. Don't know if you can see those little white bits there. So what I believe you do is sort of coil it up, and then we're going to stick it on the tummy. I'm going to put that on there. So just holding that in place, I'm going to cover this body area in glue and then just spread it out. And then being really careful because this glue is really hot. I am going to stick this feather boa on top, and I've curled it round so it's sort of a spiral, and I want it to stick that way too. So just press it into that glue and make sure you're happy with the placement. And I hope I'm doing this right. If you have made fuzzy tums before and I've done it differently, let me know. But I don't want the fuzz to go into his face. So I'm just going to make sure those feathers are facing where I want them to face. Like that. And then I'm just pulling through just to make sure any loose ones are off, because they make my nose itch and I am full of cold at the moment. Like that. And then you just want to make sure it is all stuck down, so I can feel just the end of one of those loops there. The feathers have caught, but the string hasn't, so I just want to get just in there. Don't want to leave any glue behind. And make sure that string part is stuck down. like that. And we can still see its face, and it's cute and pretty. And then what we do is, that's really sweet actually. We get the wings, and they're going to go on the back. Now, I'm not going to put them right down here because then they'll just be covered up by the fuzz. So I want them to be seen, so I'm going to put them sort of central to its neck. Now it is lace, so some of this might seep through, so I'm just going to do 2 really thin lines of glue. And I'm going to just lay it on there like that. Try not to touch that glue. I might want to just pull it up slightly. So that glue is set now. And this is what we are left with. And that looks really pretty. So again, it's the daisy theme, the yellow, the browns, really, really pretty spring colours. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get the clip and we're going to put that on the back here too. Now you can decide if you want it at the bottom of the fuzzy tome, if you want it further up. You might want to use a smaller clip if you're doing it further up, just because you can see it slightly from behind, but I don't think that'll matter. But I'm going to glue not all the way to the edge because it sticks out slightly. I'm going to just glue and leave a bit on the ends. And then where I feel like I can actually press that, we're going to put it, which is just in the middle there. And that should stay there until it's dry. And there is the fuzzy tum bumblebee. And if there are any bits that are stray that are annoying you, like these bits, just pull them off. And there we go. There's another one in this little series. So again, 45mm alligator clips. And what we could do with these is just make them into fringe clips or side clips. And all you would do then is literally just stick a clip to it. You can put a little felt dot through there to keep it on, make it secure, which I will show you. So we have these little felt circles, the 25mm felt circles. And what you do, because I think this is what I'm going to do with these, just put some glue on the clip, put the clip onto the daisy, and we'll do that twice. Because felties don't always have to be used as toppers, they can be used on their own because they're pretty. And then what we would do is get one of these felt circles and glue it into the clip like that, just to secure it, extra security, so the clip doesn't fall off the felty. So you just put some glue all the way around the felt like that. Very carefully open the clip and pop it in, and then close the clip, squish it round, push it down inside that clip as well. Then you still, because these are really thin felt circles as well, the teeth can still grip to the hair, and the felt actually helps grip to the hair too. And then that secures that in place. And then we have a pair of fringe clips or just side clips, which again, perfect for spring and summer. So I think the next thing would be the butterfly bow holder. Now all we need to do with this, and it's really, really simple, all we have to do with this is attach a long piece of ribbon to it. So I'm just going to go and get some ribbon, and I prefer the satin ribbon. Okay, so for this one I have got 2 lengths of, this is just 25mm wide satin ribbon in pink, and then I've also got a length of white 10mm satin ribbon, and that is for the hanging loop at the top, which will just be like that. I've got some felt circles, and that is just to neaten up the back. And what we do is we just decide what angle we're going to have this at, which I think is roughly like this. And then we need to put this 10mm ribbon as a hanger on there. Like that. So we visualise it first and then we stick it down. I think that's going to look the best. So we're just going to put a couple of dabs of glue under that satin there. You can use gross grain ribbon for this if you wish. I just prefer the look of the satin. And then we're going to get one of the felt circles and put a bit of glue on there. And just cover the ends of that ribbon just to neaten it up, just to finish it off. And then that is going to hang nicely. Now we've got 2 pieces of this 25mm ribbon, and what we're going to do is we're going to add those to the bottom of the holder, so you can have 2 rows of hair bows. So the first one is going to be under there, which is roughly there. Now you can get pens and things to help you mark this if you need to, but there's a few tricks on how to do it. I've laid it underneath there so it doesn't fall, and then I'll just fold it back on itself like that. And we just all the time checking that it's hanging right, which that looks quite good. I'll show you at the end. And then we're going to add the second piece. Fold it over again like that. And again, while it's wet, moving it around if you need to. Like that. And then the other 2 felt circles, I could do with some bigger ones for the ends of these, to be honest. But I don't have any to hand. So we're just gonna glue those onto there. I did have some 30mm ones, which are better when you're trying to cover a 25mm ribbon. But I ran out of them, and I replaced them with 25mm instead of 30 without realising. So work with what we got today, and it's fine because it covers up nicely. And then that just neatens up the back and makes it look a little bit more professional. And there we have the bow holder. Now this isn't finished yet. What we need to do is heat seal the ends of these ribbons. So trim off any loose bits. And just heat seal the ends of those. And then what you can do is you can make 2 little bows to go on the ends of these ribbons to hang at the bottom to keep those ribbons hanging straight. Just checking that these are the same length. One's a little bit longer than the other, so I'm just going to chop just a piece off there, just to make them the same length. And then if you do buy this kit, what you could do is put those daisies on the end there. Or you can make little bows and put bows on the ends, which I think is what I'm going to do now. As you can see on the ends of these ribbons, I've made some little bows and stuck them on. They just stuck to the bottom with glue. And just to give them a little bit of extra sparkle, I'm going to get some rhinestones. And these are SS20. And these are the glass rhinestones, and they are AB. I'm just going to stick one into the centre of each of those. Just gives it a bit of a more luxurious feel. And I'm just going to see what it looks like with some rhinestones just dotted about these wings. I'm not going to stick them down straight away, but it'll just tie it all in if there's some rhinestones on there. I think that'll look pretty. And maybe one on top of each antennae. Oh, that looks silly. I think that'll look pretty. So I'm just going to stick these down. Don't need a lot of this glue. And this glue is just high-tack fabric glue. I can't fit it all on the screen, but I will try and lay it out. There you go. And I think that's where we're going to leave it with this set. It's really, really good set. I've got loads of fabric left over. So I am going to make as many bows as I can with them. But we've still got the cute little critters, the dragonflies and snails, the little bumblebees. That one's so cute. Bumblebee and daisies. And then this one as well. So like I say, I will pop another video up. I don't know if it'll be a short with a time lapse of me using all the rest of this fabric up to make as many bows as I can. And I'll pop it on the channel. So overall from this kit that we've received, I absolutely adore it. The colours are beautiful. Very, very good for the spring going into summer. This one is absolutely adorable with those daisies, and it looks really pretty with that fabric. This one is so, so cute. The fuzzy tongue with that, I'm definitely going to look into using more of this. I'll have a look on the website. Absolutely love how that turned out. I can think of lots of uses I can do with this, so I'm going to have a look into that more. These, you don't have to use them how I've done it. You can put them in the middle of bows on the ends of these tails that look really pretty. So there's loads of uses for those too. And then the bow holder, which is absolutely stunning. It's really good quality. It is massive. As you can see, I've got quite big hands and it's the size of my hand. And it's really, really pretty. So overall, this is a really good kit to get. It's the Dream Box Deluxe version, this one. And this comes with everything that you saw in the beginning. The only thing I would say is I would like more glitter. Maybe if there was a pale yellow or a pale green coloured glitter, just to accompany it as well. I could make a lot more combinations of bows with that. Obviously, as a bow maker, I do have those in my own stocks. But as a box overall, maybe take out one of the sheets of leatherette and pop in another sheet of glitter, or just add in an extra sheet of glitter. But that's just my own personal preference on ideas that's spinning through my head. And if I was just going to use this box to make lots of things with, I would want to see more glitter. But other than that, it is absolutely beautiful. Very, very happy with it. I will leave all links to the website you can buy this from, sophiagracecraftsupplies.co.uk. I'll leave it all in the description, and I'll also pop a link to the Facebook group, the Facebook page, and everything else you need to know to go and buy this yourself. It is available worldwide shipping, so please go over and take a look. Let me know in the comments anything you would have done differently. Did you like it? Do you not like it? These felties are absolutely beautiful. I love those. I will look at using all different types like this in the future. And I wasn't a fan of the leatherette, but these are actually really pretty. And it hasn't come apart like I thought it might. These even haven't come apart. That's pretty stiff. So overall, really good. Very, very happy. So pop over there and get your own. It's a monthly occurrence, different themes every time, and you won't be disappointed. So I hope I've given you a few ideas. Obviously this is just the way that I would want to use this box. You can do them in any which way you like. Just let your creativity flow. And I'm sure you'll have some beautiful results at the end of it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you on the next one, and have a look out for that time lapse of me using every single last inch of that fabric I can to make as many bows as I can. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.